You're watching the Red Zone Sports Show on Fox 5.
Straight ahead in the red zone, another first-half deficit that UNLV can't overcome. It came with a quarterback switch and a couple of key injuries. We're breaking it all down. Plus, a look at the four guys getting the apprenticeship of their football lives. What it takes to be a graduate assistant.
Ain't no time for talking now, just time for getting after it.
How about talking and getting after it? Plenty of seats available in the red zone right now.
Let's go, Red!
This is the Fox 5 Red Zone Sports Show, presented by RC Willey. Your home, your way.
Good evening, welcome inside the Red Zone. Kevin Bolinger alongside UNLV head football coach Tony Sanchez after a disappointing trip to San Jose. And anybody who watches this program closely knows that progress is being made. But if you want to turn that corner, that's a game you got to go out and win.
Yeah, frustrating outcome. We, again, some struggles in the first half. We gave up over 300 yards offense. Second half, defense settled down, played well, gave up way too many points, and then again, we kind of chipped back into it towards the end, and then that drive where they came and got those 3 points back, kind of, put us behind the 8 ball a little bit. So again, we've got to come out and we got to execute earlier in games and give ourselves a better chance.
It was a tale of two halves. Let's get to the highlights, starting with the first half, where the Rebels were plagued by another slow start.
Let's go do it, man. You're going to dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3, dominate. You know what we got to do, right? Yes, sir. Ain't no time for talking now, just time for getting after it. Make sure we're playing hard for each other. You got that, guys? Yes, sir. Are you guys all in, all together? Yes, sir. That's all that matters.
UNLV won the toss and had the ball first. Dalton Sneed swings it out to David Green for 16 yards and a quick first down, but the drive would stall and the Rebels had to punt. On San Jose's first possession, on 3rd and 1, Zamor Ziegler stuffed by Ryan McAleenan. The D holding for a 3 and out. Starting at their own 20, Lexington Thomas runs left and goes for 13 yards plus a personal foul tacked on. That would move the ball near midfield. But on 3rd and 8, Sneed flushed out of the pocket. He fumbles. UNLV recovers, but it's a loss of 5 and forced to punt. San Jose State went 70 yards in 14 plays, but had to settle for a 33-yard Bryce Crawford field goal to make it 3-0. It didn't take long, though, for UNLV to answer. Second play of the next series. Charles Williams hits the hole, and he is gone. 75 yards for the touchdown, showing his breakaway speed. The Rebels had their first lead of the game at 7-3 with 5:07 left in the first quarter. San Jose responded, converting twice on 3rd down. Tim Crowley capped off the drive on the end around, winning the race to the corner of the end zone, and it was 10-7. After UNLV went 3 and out, San Jose went for the big play, and they got it. Kenny Potter downfield to Trey Hartley. He hauls it in and breaks away for a 63-yard touchdown. That would make it 17-7. UNLV had 2 more 3 and out series, and Kurt Palandek was inserted at quarterback. But he couldn't move the ball on his first possession, and the Spartans got the ball back and scored as Potter and Hartley hooked up again. This time from 29 yards out, it was 24-7. Palandek came back out and put together an 11-play, 55-yard drive that resulted in an Evan Pantel's 37-yard field goal to make it 24-10. The defense, though, couldn't hold on to keep the momentum as the Spartans drove down and kicked a field goal just before the half. UNLV ran into the locker room facing another halftime deficit, 27-10.
So things get off a little slowly again. The Colorado State game, the team was flat. The team was not flat at all against San Jose State. How do you put your finger on the slow starts on both sides of the ball?
Well, again, one of those deals is, still dealing with kind of the quarterback deal, and, Sneed's going to have a great career. He's going to do some really good things, but he was really sticking on one receiver, wasn't reading things, and it kind of sputtered a little bit. We had a, errant throw on first down, just kind of put us off a little bit. But, we had the lead, with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. quarter. So, I mean, we're kind of where we need to be. But then, you know, overall we played pretty good on third downs. They were 5 of 17, but that 3rd and 9, we give up a big play. Can't let that happen again. We got that post right there on McTire right there. So we got to do a better job. I mean, we're still battling to, you know, play those deep balls and not give up big plays. And I thought we committed to putting pressure on the quarterback a lot more in the second half, which made a big difference.
Yeah, and you could tell the first half there was not a lot of pressure on the quarterback with a team that has given up a lot of sacks this year, and the DBs got exposed a little bit in terms of getting picked apart there in the first half.
They did a lot of play action pass type stuff. They did a lot of max protection stuff. There were times where we actually were bringing, you know, weren't bringing all out pressure, but bringing 6-man pressures, and they were committed to, you know, max protecting, and our guys got to do a better job of playing in space on those.
You made the switch at quarterback after Dalton Sneed started 2 of 9. Is that job now up for grabs going into the bye week with 2 weeks to the next game?
You know, we got to go back in. You know, obviously we worked a little bit this morning. We'll go back in after this, and we'll talk about it as a staff. And we got to do what's best for the team to give us the best chance to win football games. So, you know, Kurt's shown he can do some good things at Ignite a Spark. He did it again last night. I thought he played real courageously and did a really good job of bringing us back into the game. Again, we got to settle Dalton down. We don't want it to be kind of a, you know, final thing for him. You know, and he handled it really well. So we got to talk to both those guys, sit down as a staff, and, you know, we'll make the decision we feel can give our team the best chance to win.
Where's Johnny Stanton right now in his recovery from that injury?
You know, he's doing all right. You know, he still has that tear in the knee that's going to have to be surgically, you know, cleaned up at the end of the year. The biggest thing with Johnny right now is he's not real mobile. I mean, he can stand back in the pocket and throw the ball and such, but, you know, what we do, you know, ask the quarterback to be able to be a mobile guy. So, you know, again, we're not 100% comfortable with him being mobile right now, but, you know, we'll see how it is after the break.
You did have 2 big injuries in the first half. Lexington Thomas comes out with the high ankle sprain, and then Tim Huff had to be carted off on a stretcher and taken to a local hospital with the concussion. As we stand here on Sunday, what's the status of both of those guys?
Well, Lexington, we'll see. High ankle sprains are tough, you know, so we'll see how he recovers from that. You know, we'll talk to the trainers today, and hopefully this 2-week, you know, period will allow him to get back on the field. And Huff, you never know. I mean, obviously you leave that to the medical professionals. You know, it wasn't feeling real good. Like you said, precautionary. They took him to the hospital, but he was able to get back to us and fly back on the plane with us. So it wasn't as severe as they originally thought, but you never know with those things.
We'll keep an eye on that one as well. Let's go to the second half, though. A turnaround on both sides of the ball as this game came down to the final possession.
San Jose State had the ball to start the second half, and they had a 4th and 4 at the UNLV 31. Potter found Crowley for a 5-yard gain to extend the drive, but the D held and limited the Spartans to a 44-yard field goal. That made it 30-10 with 8:41 left in the third quarter. It would also be the last time San Jose would score in the game. Now it was catch-up time. Williams goes 15 yards for a Rebel first down. Then Palandek with the quick hitter to Devontae Boyd, and he races 64 yards all the way down to the 3-yard line. It was 4th and goal at the 2. Palandek under pressure. He scrambles to extend the play, and he hits Andrew Price for the touchdown. UNLV was within 13 at 30-17. The defense came through with pressure on the quarterback. 2 times Potter sent to the turf on sacks by Jeremiah Valawonga, and the Rebels headed to the fourth quarter down 13. Midway through that final quarter, Palandek drove the Rebels down the field. The pump fake and the sling to Boyd for 15 to the San Jose 29. On 3rd and 9 at the 16, Palandek decides to hoof it, and he scampers in for the touchdown. That would make it 30-24 with 5:19 left. San Jose moved into Rebel territory, but on 3rd and 8, Potter sacked by Matt Lee, and they had to punt. UNLV had the ball at their own 4, needing to go 96 yards with no timeouts and 1:57 left. Palandek started the drive with a 9-yard run and a 15-yard penalty tacked on. Then the pass over the middle to Price for 20 more. Palandek hit Boyd for 11 into Spartan territory. It was 3rd and 10 from the San Jose 44 with 54 seconds left. Palandek overthrows Price, and it's picked off, and that's your ball game. Another successful second half, but another first half hole too deep to dig out of as the Rebels fall in San Jose 30-24.
So the last drive, you're moving down with the 2-minute offense. You get a chance to win. The overthrown ball leads to the pick. It was hard to see in that video, but he did get some pressure right in his face and maybe had to release up a little bit higher than he wanted.
He did. You go back and you watch it on the end zone copy, and our our left guard, there's a twist and he doesn't pass off, and I mean he's got a guy dead to rights on him. He takes a pretty good shot after he throws the ball. So he did a good job driving us down there. Unfortunate we couldn't complete that last one. He had a guy open. But you know what? Again, it's one of those deals where you want to avoid being in that situation. You just want to come out of the gates earlier. We played really good. I'm proud of our guys. I mean, they fight hard, but we got to do better than just fight hard. We got to execute at a higher level, And I think if we do that, we're going to have more opportunities like this to win games. Again, it's unfortunate you give up 27 points in the first half, you give over 300 yards. In the second half, you hold them to, 80 some odd yards, and then you hold them to 3 points. Well, we got to flip that, and then offensively, came to life a little bit more in the second half. I thought Kurt did a really good job of coming in and coming off his first read. He hit a lot of open guys on his second read, coming off his first progression to his second. Great job on the fourth down, extending the play. So we just got to stick together and finish this thing out.
Well, we're going to take our first break of the day here, but when we come back, we are going to hear from the Rebels with some post-game reaction, and then a look at the unsung group that helps Rebel football succeed on Saturdays. It's the graduate assistants, and you aren't going to believe what these guys accomplish inside and out of the football program. With stories in 2 minutes as the Red Zone rolls on.
You're watching the Fox 5 Red Zone Sports Show, presented by RC Willie. Your home, your way.
We just didn't execute the way we needed to execute in the first half. We gotta start faster, and we stressed that a lot all week. We stressed starting faster, and we just didn't come out and do that. So that really needs to be a point of emphasis going forward for the rest of the season.
We felt we could win that game, and we gave ourselves an opportunity, but we made some mistakes out there, and I take a lot of responsibility for that. It's just disappointing, but I'm glad the way our offense responded, and hopefully we play better against Wyoming.
Well, everyone has to start somewhere, and if you want to be a college football coach, a good place to cut your teeth is as a grad assistant. UNLV has 4 of them, and they are burning the midnight oil to succeed.
For every football game, hours of work is put in. Game plans, practices, meetings. But long before that happens, the grunt work takes place, breaking down film, charting tendencies. Meet the grunts, 4 graduate assistants who are earning their wings as college coaches. Ben Cotton and Tynan Murray on offense, Cody Green and David Orloff on defense. They work 90 to 100 hours a week to give UNLV the best chance to shine in the spotlight, but do it in the shadows.
As soon as that game ends, you got to be in, breakdown mode. I got to go do our game. We got to find out who played who, the next week. We got to break that down. We got to have it done. We got to get the binders ready, get the game plans ready, make sure everyone's got what they got. By the time that they come into the office, everything is ready. They don't have to wait. They don't have to ask for anything. Yeah. We have to think ahead for them.
That's why on plane rides home, while everyone takes a nap in the dark of the cabin, 4 laptops illuminate. The GAs already scouring film to work ahead.
Out of a 4-game breakdown, we will probably watch the same film more or less 20 times.
Yeah.
And that's, so 4 games, there's probably 70 plays a game. You do that, multiply that by 20, and that's how many, plays a week we actually watch. And that's just counting offense, defense.
But there's another catch that makes the load heavier. They're called graduate assistants for a reason. All of them are students at UNLV, working on master's degrees ranging from public administration to kinesiology.
If you fail in school, just like we hold the players to a higher standard of being in class, maintaining a good grade point average and whatnot. If we fail to do that also, if we're not grad students, we can't be graduate assistants. So we have to be able to uphold our end of the deal on both ends.
So how does that work for you guys? You just don't sleep? Are we just doing energy drinks, basically?
What is sleep?
What is sleep?
What is that?
What?
Go in my dad's office. There's pillows and blankets. I do this for me on my couch. I know the other coaches, these guys have always had to stay nights on the couches. So we're lucky they've got couches.
Yeah.
They can't sleep in their office because, well, it's a mess.
It's organized chaos. It's organized chaos. I know where everything is. If somebody comes and asks me, I know exactly where it's at. Now, if an outsider comes in, I'm like, holy cow. what is all this? Like, this is my life.
It's a life that prepares them for the future, but that doesn't mean they don't have fun. These four have bonded, cracking jokes, throwing out movie lines.
Till next time, brother. He gets out of the helicopter. My brother's like, nobody knows that movie like you do.
Brothers in an exclusive fraternity.
Camaraderie helps, you know, on the late nights when instead of getting on each other's nerves, you know, we can kind of bust a couple jokes, make each other laugh, so helps a little bit.
Yeah, that still gets on my nerves.
What was that? Oh my God.
It can be a thankless job, one where you have to take the blame when things go wrong and don't get the praise when things go right.
You never hear it when you mess up. Never get a little talking to when something goes wrong, or, you know, even if it's not you, but it's just part of what it is. You know, it's like an apprenticeship. You got to put the time in and work your way up.
In the end, none of them would trade what they're doing. They feel blessed to work under a coaching staff that takes care of them while laying the groundwork for a full-time job at the collegiate level. They'll likely leave UNLV with a job, a master's degree, and the ability to edit video faster than most of the population. That's something you can beat your chest about.
All right. I mean, great group of guys, and they do work really hard, but it's something that's going to benefit them all the way through their careers.
It is. I mean, like you said, an apprenticeship, the amount of time and hours that they put in, the knowledge they're picking up in such a short amount of time, it's absolutely amazing. Those guys really, they're the unsung heroes of getting everybody ready and such. And, you know, and you see right there, I mean, you know, underneath all of it, you know, the triumph, the struggle, the disappointment, you know, the thrill of victory, all that. It's a family. I mean, there's guys working hard, everybody underneath trying to move this program forward in a positive direction, and those four guys are a great reflection of guys that are going to be great professionals someday, you know, plying their trade and really working hard underneath it all to help this program move forward.
We're going to switch gears here coming up and take a little breather on football to talk some Rebel hoops straight ahead in the Red Zone. An inside look at the on-campus rally held this week to get everyone fired up about UNLV basketball. It's on the backside of the break. Stick and stay.
You're watching the Fox 5 Red Zone Sports Show, presented by R.C. Willey. Your home, your way.
Can you believe it's basketball season already? The Runnin Rebels tipping off with their exhibition opener on Tuesday night at the Thomas & Mack. This past Wednesday, the team, along with the Lady Rebels, held an event on campus to get everyone fired up. My hardworking Red Zone partner, photojournalist Robbie Hunt, gives us the sights and sounds of the Runnin Rebel Rally.
Y'all ready? We ready. Okay. Looked like I practiced that, didn't it?
Who's a Rebel fan out here? Anyone? I think this is a great event. It's just always fun to start off the season with something for the students. And you gotta like it. It's just lively out here.
I think it's going to be a fun day. I'm glad people came out, and I hope they like what they see and come to our games.
All we do is win, no matter what. We've had challenges wherever we've been. We got a few here, but you know what? We're going to win, no matter what.
We've had meet and greets, but we haven't had an interaction with the students like this yet. So obviously, when you see their excitement and their smiling faces and their looks, inquisitive looks of, who's that player? You know, it's all good because now we're starting the relationships.
When they talk about Rebels, this is who they are. When they talk about Rebels, that's who they're talking about. We're all Rebels. We're all one family.
I'm really excited just because I love the school, I love the team, I love the program.
We do anything we can to represent UNLV, and we feel like the students love that about us. So we're going to play hard, and I feel that if anyone comes out and watches the Lady Rebels, they're going to love what they see, and they're going to want to come back.
Let me ask you guys, y'all ready?
We ready!
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
We ready!
Y'all ready?
Y'all ready! A lot of new faces this year, so it's a good chance to put names to faces, hopefully learn how to spell some of the names, pronounce some of the names. I'm excited to see the returning guys, talk to them, and introduce myself to some of the newer guys.
Season around the corner, you know, we're just getting ready, you know, we got to have our fans with us, you know, just being able to see their faces, it brings joy to my face.
We are UNLV. Let's go get it done.
This town loves their Rebels, and the university loves their Rebels. So I think they're seeing the fruits of a lot of other players' labor, before them, but it's their turn now. Now they've got to carry on the torch and get it done.
We can't wait to get this season started.
Runnin Rebels head coach Marvin Menzies will join us next week for a basketball segment and also a roundtable discussion with Tony Sanchez. We're going to be back with the Rebel football plays of the week, but as we go to the break, here's a look at how other Mountain West teams did over the weekend.
You're watching the Fox 5 Reb Zone Sports Show, presented by RC Willey. Your home, your way.
Here we go into the bye week. What's the approach here for you guys as we get about 2 weeks between games?
Well, a couple things. Number one, we got to get healthy. Use this time wisely in the training room. But we also got to get prepared for Wyoming. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, we get the guys have Monday off. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we got to have great practices. They'll be a little shorter, about 90 minutes, but really focused on Wyoming. And then we'll all hit the road on Thursday night and go out recruiting on Friday, go watch a bunch of games and such, and get back on Saturday and then get rolling. So again, it's got a little time off needed, but then some focus on Wyoming and also focus on recruiting.
Well, next week in the Reb Zone, we will focus on Wyoming as well, as that week game is a week from Saturday out at Sam Boyd. Thanks for joining us tonight in the Reb Zone. We leave you with the Rebel plays of the week. Good night.
You got that spark. Go and leave your mark. Top in the charts. Looking like a work of art. Look at you now. Look at you now. Look at you now. Look at you now. Gotta do your own thing. Show me your colors, 'cause there ain't no other. Gotta do your own thing. Let me see your colors, 'cause there ain't no other like you.
The Fox 5 Reb Zone Sports Show was presented by RC Willey. Your home,